when I was here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli waj'al li waziran min ahli Harun akhi ushdud bihi azri wa ashrikhu fi amri كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. Inshallah, we are going to start a new chapter today, which this is also revealed during a very early days of the message or messengership of the Prophet. He received it so early, again, somewhere around second year of his messengership or of his mission as a messenger. Very short, the shortest in the standard written Mus'haf, the book. Quran is one line only. So we will bear in mind that these are the foundations of the teachings of the Quran. All these chapters we are reading, foundations of the teachings of the Quran. That's how we should start building up our own understanding, our own and the meaning of our own existence, and make the change accordingly in our life. It's not a simple thing to make the change in one's life. I understand only through my own life experience. So it is the 15th revealed chapter, but very short. They are almost very short chapters. Okay, here it is. It is easy to understand. The language is very clear. And nothing really very mysterious vocabulary is used here, which wasn't known to the contemporaries of the Prophet, and now also. So we can just start reading and talk about it. I have some questions, a couple of questions we can share about it. Okay. The Arabic is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Everybody knows, that's why. Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar. So, Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar. The meaning is clear. It's stated there. We have truly given you Kawthar, or which is translated that abundance, but we may reflect on it more. First, inna, the first word, no, not the word really. We have given you. So, and definitely we have given you. It means inna or anna. This kind of language is used in the Quran to size that it is definite and you can witness. It is truthfulness. You can see it. You can understand it. It is not something beyond your capacity. So it's clear. The evidence is clear. Why? It is we. But I don't know if anybody has the question why the Creator says we. Does anybody have this question? Do you?
Yes, I've had it.
Sorry?
I've had it for some time.
Okay. Now, what do you make of it now?
Well, because everything in the universe is conveying a message, right? It's just not one object, but like everything within that object, next to the object, and so on and so forth. So everything is declaring something. And so if whatever I extract from the orchestra, right? Whatever message I get from like everything that's conveying something, then it's like everything in creation is speaking.
I understand that. It makes sense. We means addressing to human beings, that human beings experience what? Many, multitude of evidence in the universe, and each evidence has mainly different qualities of its creator, pointing to its creator, each evidence, different qualities. So addressing to human beings, the language is saying, look, whatever the qualities you see in the creation, that quality belongs to me, and I am speaking on behalf of those qualities. Like the President of the States, when he makes a general declaration, not his personal matter, general declaration representing the authority of the administrative body, executive body, he says, we as the authority decided this, right? Not the multitude of it, because if it was only his power, I don't think he would be able to command even his wife. So no one would listen to him. But representing the authority. Now, as far as we are concerned, where is the authority in the universe? The authority in the universe belongs to its owner. And the authority has what? All functions. Let's say every function that we see, experience in the universe belongs to this authority. And every quality that we see in the universe points to this quality. So from our side, we represent all the qualities manifested, as Fariha said, in the universe from our side. But from the creator side, I am the owner of all these qualities. You can only see me as a representative of all these qualities. It means the source of all the qualities is me. So, but I'm speaking to you in this form. Some people say it is a royal we. Yeah, I mean, it needs explanation, but it boils down to the same thing, saying that I, the one who has all these qualities, representing myself to you under the witnessing of what I have presented to you in the creation. The same point, actually. Definitely, it is us. It means definitely it is us. Inna, definitely it is us means you cannot attribute any of the qualities you see in the world, in this existence, to anything but to us. It's open challenge. If you say, oh, I see a quality in the creation, it doesn't belong to the creator of the universe, not only its creator, it doesn't belong to the creator of the universe, but it belongs to its creator. which created this one only. That's what the materialist mentality says. Every single cause they claim is the cause of its immediate effect. Do you understand the difference? It is an important difference. So that should be our understanding of the concept of God, that we say He is the creator of the universe, because every single thing, every single quality in the creation can only belong to Him alone. No one can prove, although they claim, of course, everybody can claim anything. No one can prove that any quality, even the simplest, in the simplest creature, yeah, maybe an amoeba. This quality in the existence of amoeba, no one can claim that one of the claims of qualities of amoeba belongs to something else. Then who will complete the sentence so we will understand we understood it? Sorry?
Then the object itself. I don't know what you mean.
No. Okay. I couldn't make it clear. Any single thing, a particle, an amoeba. Okay. It's the smallest living being. The one cell. Is it right?
Are you talking amoeba?
Sorry?
Amoeba?
Well, I don't know how it's pronounced.
How do you spell it?
I don't know how. What is
Okay, listen, particle? What? Amoeba?
No, amoeba is the simplest
Yeah.
organic or living body. Sorry? Bacteria, not amoeba.
Amoeba, there are multiple cells.
Okay, bacteria, one bacteria. Thank you. So no one can claim that a quality of the amoeba can be attributed to anything. No one can do it, but anybody who tries to understand the existence of this one quality maybe one quality in one instance belongs not to, but to something else. What is that? How are we going to tie up this? That belongs to only where?
The creator of the bacteria.
No.
Nothing else.
Big crime. No, I'm sorry, no. Not the creator of the bacteria.
Nothing in this universe?
Nothing in the universe, but one quality of the bacteria. You cannot attribute this quality to anything in the universe, but you have to attribute it to
existence giver.
as and something which is
That's made everything else.
which is the
Source of existence of everything else.
source of existence of everything in the universe, in existence. Not only one thing. That's why I was joking. Not only one amoeba. You cannot attribute the existence of the quality of the simplest being in the universe that we can see. There is no simple being, by the way, in the creation, but only to the creator of the universe. We have to weave this reasoning realize that no. One quality can be attributed to its previous position, for example, because they say the things are gradually developing from one state of existence into another state of existence as a result of their activity themselves. We say no. Why? You cannot prove that it is the result of their activity. It is another creation. This is another existence. Another stage is another existence, and they all need to exist within the newly created universe, not newly created form of that bacteria. No, with newly created universe.
Just want to clarify something. So we're saying that scientists or no one can prove the existence of a quality of a bacteria at a given instant.
In even one quality, not all quality, in one quality of the bacteria.
Okay, no one can prove that one quality of a bacteria points to something.
No one can prove or can deny. Now, what do they say? This quality is coming from, inherited from the previous one. Can you prove that? For example, my being, your being, everybody's being, is the inheritance of the previous one.
No one can prove that.
Can you say that? Can you? Inheritance of the previous one. So I am changing continuously. The previous one cannot realize my change because it doesn't know where I'm going. It doesn't know the order of the universe. It has no knowledge, no power, no quality to decide, to choose. No one can say. But what we see, I am growing. That's what our very simplistic, superficial observation of the creation. What we say, I am aging. Welcome to a new stupid world. I am aging. Well, I don't know even what happened a second ago to my body and what will happen in another second in the future and another second to my body. I don't know. I'm a conscious being. I have free will. I have accumulated knowledge and experience. I don't know. But no quality, just one particle exists as it is made. That's it. And subject to the order. Never forget this point. Never, ever forget. Anything exists within the universe is subject to the order of the universe. They cannot act freely. Nothing in the universe can say that, no, I don't want to be in this position. In another time, I will be in this position as I want. No. Nothing can move. Even one molecule of air cannot move freely as it does, as it wills. Only follows the order. Who can challenge this idea? They are all subject order of the universe. Yeah. And the order of the universe continues to change.
The order continuously changes.
Changes, yeah.
The order of the universe?
Yeah, renewed. Doesn't renew itself, cannot know what will happen in the future, but it is continues to renew it. Do you think yesterday was exactly the same as today?
Okay, yeah.
Similarity is the misleading, maybe for us, if you see that I am similar to my being yesterday, and that's my own misperception. So,
But the order of yesterday
is different from the
today.
order of today because you were one day younger,
Yeah.
if you believe so. Yeah. And your whole metabolism, your body functions and the environment and everything changed. But similar. Similarity deceives us.
Yes.
If we are not carefully questioning the similarity. Is it really exactly the same? Yep. This change never deforms the order. never the order never becomes disorder.
Mhm.
That's a good point. The order never becomes disorder. So that's constant.
Yeah.
Right?
Orderliness is the constant.
Orderliness is the
Yeah,
constant.
not the order is the constant. Orderliness is the constant. These are simple points, but we may not notice. It's very likely not to notice. And we just may lose ourselves in the change in the existence of a living being body of the things as a sequence of the previous one. So affected by it, as if.
I'm trying to understand this orderliness part.
Yeah.
Can I just do a little visual?
Okay. Yeah, there is
Okay.
a teacher, who has to demonstrate.
So this is us, right? We experience existence like in segments, right?
Maybe. Do you think?
Okay.
Right. It's like a-
It's not
Like
bright
a
enough.
track.
Do you want to move your thing board here? Here, I'll help you.
Okay. Okay. I have to stay away, but how am I? Oh,
It's okay.
where is it? It's, oh, it is there.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's
Okay.
better than nothing.
what should I do here? It may be here. Okay.
All right. That's us. So I'm thinking like a railway track. The train is moving, right? So we experience every moment through segments going in,
Segments,
Yeah.
as far as we can see.
right? But everything is in motion. Even the track, railway track is in motion,
Yeah.
right? So I'm gonna say this is in motion, and the segments that I'm experiencing, this is whatever you want to call it, 1, 2, and so on and so forth, right? Now, order. I observe sun rising and sun setting.
No.
And sometimes it's
There is an order in each segment.
in each segment. You
No,
mean
no.
these?
Here.
These are these
You
ones
said,
too?
you said here.
Uh-huh.
This is one segment,
Yeah.
as far as we can observe.
Okay.
In fact, we cannot observe one individual independent segment.
Okay.
It is a continuum. But that we studied long ago, this one, yeah. But we can practically say, this is my observation today. I took a shot of it,
Mhm.
one day, take a picture, not a film, picture, yeah.
Mhm.
It is one segment, okay?
So there's an order in one segment.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So there's an order, right?
Order.
Yes. Order in this segment too. Beautiful.
And
right.
then-
So on and so forth.
And every segment
And it's-
is orderly.
Orderly.
It's with order,
Meaning-
okay?
It's orderly,
Yeah.
as in, what do you mean by that?
So it exists orderly. It is within order.
Okay.
This exists orderly.
Mhm.
And from one segment to the second segment is the change
Mhm.
also is taking place
Within an
within an order. It is also orderly. So
Yes.
cross.
Mhm.
Yeah, this way is order, this way is order in the diagram, as the diagram
Mhm.
shows it.
Mhm.
At all the so orderliness
Yes,
is
good.
constant in the creation.
Oh yes, the change is constant.
Yes.
Oh,
And
good.
it is then change is constant
Yes.
and also change is taking within order again.
All right, so change equals orderliness. Okay.
Sorry, when you say change is constant,
Yeah.
doesn't that
In
kind
our
of,
observation, yeah.
okay, what do you mean by in our observation? Because the moment I say change is constant, doesn't that mean I'm saying that there is no change and everything is essentially the same?
No. Change is constant. Nothing is essentially the same at every moment.
So instead of saying that order changes, can we say that the act of creation
Yeah.
is continuous?
Yeah.
And in my observation, I notice consistency.
Yes.
So where is the change happening then?
Now, the act of creation is taking place, but what I see in the universe, as I see this world. So this world is what?
Existing.
Within my
Perception.
observation. I see from this perspective, this word is new today. Now, I know it will be new tomorrow through my previous experience. New, but all different. So what makes the difference is change. Right? We have to, it is very simple, but we understand that there is no need to struggle by using the scientific language, saying that, no, these people are making up when they explain the biological progress of the things in their life. And they said, look, the things are becoming. Now, they themselves, in order to become into existence in a new form, you have to decide, right? Let's say I am changing the order of the chairs here every day. Do you think it may happen haphazardly, randomly? But every time you come here, different set, but perfectly orderly. How can you say?
I see.
A conscious being is interfering and giving a new shape to the new class design.
That's interesting. This analogy helps clear up things. And so
It's very simple, but
change
very essential.
right. So change is like really our focus area, change or the orderliness.
Yes.
But that's
Yeah.
in a way the constant, right?
Yes,
The
no,
orderliness.
because there was a famous philosopher. There is, I think he's living now. I don't know, but his publication is very new. He says, as long as you say a line, but I think before I go into a slightly different topic, you wanted to say something, whether question, comment, or objection.
Because I think it depends on the scale of our perception of our observation. Because to our core, we are in constant change. We're made, even though it's me, in 2 minutes, I'm gonna have different atoms that make me. So I change even though I'm constant. So everything around us changed constantly because.
Do you think they change themselves?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that it is changed. That's what I'm saying.
But it is being changed.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Because to our core,
So,
anything changes.
my particles don't know how to change itself so that it will it will fit into the new order. We should never forget this point. It is the golden rule in understanding how we can conclude that the creator must be absolute. No, well, it is a new thing. One philosopher, although we studied this before, but still people claim that this is true, although they are scientists. They are scientists and philosophers as well. They say, if we talk about a line, it means it consists of dots. Do you understand this? No, because it consists of dots. Okay.
Yes.
Is it true? That's what they claim. So, instant, how small it is, infinitesimal, small, doesn't matter. If there is a dot and another dot, what does it mean?
Continuous.
No, but every dot will have its independent existence.
True.
So, but if it was the case, be careful. So, in our geometry, in our understanding or explanation of the things, that is true for us. Yes? So,
Oh yes.
now, so in our actions, I did today this, and no, so yesterday I did this. Today I am doing this. Tomorrow I'm going to do this, and they are three, or in this example, three different segments. That is valid for me. But in the creation, can you fix a dot?
Can't even measure it.
You cannot even imagine a dot. It means one instant existence. It is we studied this one before. When I recently read this, I said, these people are still primitive people living in the medieval period or something. What do they say? In the existence of the things, we cannot isolate one segment from another. It is a continuum. So there is no dots. Because that means, of course, we experience in this way. Yeah? But that means an independent existence. It means it is source of existence may be limited. It's very understanding. Very important understanding. It is source of it, that the existence of that. It means the source of existence has created this, that now. But it means it's not absolute. For the absolute, you cannot get a dot in it is an independent existence at one moment, yeah, independently existing from its previous and proceeding situation, next or the state of existence. Why is it so important? First, how can you prove it in the they call it in the physical world or scientifically? How can you say, okay, can you find me the end of the macro world? Say that this is the world. Limits of the universe, macro world. Yeah. Everything, every moment, they call it Hubble modem gets a universe, but this universe has no end because every moment new lights are coming from new galaxies. Galaxies. Yeah. What? It has been because when you receive and when you detect a beam of light newly, it means this light has been traveling from its source until now for 14 billion years and just arrived to the world. What a huge. You can just say Allahu Akbar. There's nothing else. And because you cannot get the end and think this is the end and new is coming. New is arriving, showing that I exist too here. Hey, man, you are not aware of my existence yet. 14 billion years, new lights are coming. It's not the camel riding or donkey riding. It is a light speed. Every second, 300,000 kilometers. Something. Which kind of demonstration it is that really you just say prostrate before the power manifested in the world. There is no end you can get. How about in the micro world? Can you find, if you can find, the smallest particle which cannot be divided into two or parts, that is the end. No, you can't. No one can say that, claim that I found the smallest, but the particle is nothing there. Subparticles never end. In the macro world, existence never end. In the micro world, existence has never end. What does it mean? Can you say one dot in the existence of the universe? You cannot fix a dot. What does it mean? It is constant with no, like your film. How fast your camera is, the pixels are still calculated or numbered. How do you say? Enumerated? You say in a second, let's say 100 shot.
Frames per second.
Sorry? Frame?
Per second.
Okay. You can say 1,000 in a second.
Frequency.
It means frequency?
It's frames
No.
per second.
Okay, frame for how many frames does this camera capture? Now, you can say, let's say 1,000. It means not 1,200. Limited. But in the creation, there is no such thing. It's so amazing. This is necessary if the source of existence is infinite with all his qualities. Yeah, no, of course. That is why we should not read the scripture as literal writings. When he, the creator, God, the Quran says, when he wills a thing to happen, is just says kun. Of course, this language, if you take it literally, really, it is self-contradictory. Yeah. But some people argued about it, and they are right. Logically, they are right. You know, I want this to happen. Excuse me? It already exists. What do you want this to happen? فَإِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا شَيْئًا means something exists now. So what we have to do, we cannot read the scripture in literal sense. Impossible. What is important in this message, kun fayakun, they say, إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فإذا أراد شيئا أن يقول كن فيكون. There are different verses in the Quran emphasizing that he says be and it is. But now it means that you be like this, you be like this. No, we cannot read the Quran. We have to be very careful from absolute perspective. We have to read the Quran as speaking. The absolute is speaking to me in order to guide me to interpret what I observe now in the creation.
Real quick, because you're saying we gotta read the Quran from our observation, which really makes sense. You read creation, and then in the example of the picture you gave, capturing the frames per second, a rate. We measure things. We give a number to it. So that's me. That's my perspective. So how would I know? Like, just the fact that hey, I can't measure even like an instant or a nanosecond. So yeah. So the one that's bringing things into existence. I don't know. It's really challenging.
So that's why we use infinite, because infinite means the confession of human beings not to measure it with any number. Yeah, not in mathematics. Mathematicians give a limited interpretation of infinite.
Infinite is the constant.
Yeah, infinite is a constant. You cannot measure it with a number. That's what infinite is called.
That makes sense. Even like you have constants in sciences.
Yeah.
They abbreviate it. They're like, oh, just use this. Like pi, 3.14. It's still continuing right now, 3.14. So you just use standard 3.14.
No. So the mathematicians claim otherwise. They say we call infinite the things that we cannot count within the universe. Right. It is not our subject. We are not talking about something which exists within the universe. But that is why the difference between, although some people, I don't know how they make it, but they are great thinkers, but make this mistake. They say infinite, the absolute, is not different from saying infinite. Of course, some people emphasize, again, there are great people as well, they say infinite is within our observation. So in order to make the difference between what we observe and what we conclude as a result of our observation, let's make this distinction by changing the language. Our observation, mathematically speaking, infinite, but what we conclude about the source of existence is absolute. Just make a different language.
That makes sense.
Because every vocabulary, every term, or not term, every concept, terminology, has the meaning according to way you define it. So if you define it, infinite means what we observe, absolute means what we conclude as a result of our observation. It is different. So my capacity to observe only sees the things within my capacity of measurement in dots, series of dots. But what I conclude, this universe, according to my capacity, consists of dots. But in fact, since I cannot get the end of one dot to make it separate from the second dot, right? It must be, my conclusion, absolute. So the source of existence must be absolute in every sense. All the qualities must be absolute for the source of existence. So we understand that, I mean, it is a simplistic, after this discussion, to say that we cannot imagine God, or you cannot imagine absolute. You cannot make it absolute. But it doesn't mean that you cannot imagine, because you cannot put it into a framework, into a frame. So this is, they call it mathematically, into each into a box,
Interval?
but
Universe.
no.
We call it in
in
mathematics.
a unit,
No?
I meant one unit. I think it's 1 unit. This 1 unit include this and this and this. Yeah. So you can say, as far as our capacity is concerned, I don't know the English name of it. It comes, another name comes to me, but not in English. So you may translate. Where is this one? Küme in English mathematics. Term küme. You don't know.
I don't know.
No. Okay. You are no good either.
I mean, we call it universe in mathematics also.
Sorry? Well,
Okay.
in each thing, whatever it is.
It's in French.
So we cannot put it in a box, okay? How large the box is, box has its limits. We cannot put it.
Cylinder.
So we have to, sorry?
Cylinder.
No.
No.
You're saying a box.
No.
Container.
Just separate what it consists of. If you want to say this
We
unit
put it with like
has this and this and this in it. No, that's about-
Variables.
I don't know the mathematical terms in English.
Doesn't
No.
matter.
Okay. Anyway, we cannot put it. Sorry. I don't know now. Let's not confuse this up.
Okay. But
Okay,
the concept
We
of-
cannot put a limit. All right.
Sure.
If we cannot put a limit, what do we do?
Estimate.
No. Say it infinite.
Oh, you're right.
So I cannot put a limit to it. It means, because I cannot imagine anything which has no limit. That's not my capacity. But it doesn't mean that I cannot conclude about the necessity existence of the source of what I am observing here. That's why the universe cannot consist of dots. Act of creation does not consist of dots. It is a continuum, constant continuum. Does it make sense? No? Yes.
Yes, but I'm also curious to figure out, like, in this sense, we should be able to experience this too.
Which one?
The-
Infinite?
Yeah, continuous.
No,
constants.
you are experiencing that.
But
you
like, I should
cannot-
be able to bring it into my perception.
Okay, that's correct. The second one is correct. You have no capacity to experience infinite, but you have the capacity to comprehend the concept of infinite. Küme, you can look at it.
Stuck in my mind.
Yeah. Sorry?
Is it cluster?
cluster.
No. That you can, this one, mathematical, geometrical concept, yeah. Or mathematical concept, not geometrical, sorry. So you can conclude, for example, can you not comprehend the unquantibility,
Quantified.
unquantifiable, but you can comprehend that I cannot quantify it. That's what you can comprehend, right? That's why we can comprehend the necessary existence of the source of existence, but we cannot comprehend and experience its essence because it is absolute. You cannot put a limit. How can you comprehend it? In order to comprehend, your vision, your capacity must be able to comprehend it. It means limits. It's limits, all right? Do you understand this?
Set.
Sorry, set.
Set.
Any set in mathematics. Yeah. Thank you.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But those people who study mathematics, they know in English set. Yeah. That's any set. Yeah. Any set is limited. Yes. You cannot make a set which includes infinite in it. Do you understand?
Wait a minute. You can't. So there are sets that are
So,
infinite, natural numbers.
No. In mathematically,
Yeah.
you cannot make a set which has infinite in it.
Set by definition would be limited.
And then, if
one limit of the set.
sorry,
You have defined only one limit of the set.
one limit.
Every set it has
Yeah.
only one limit.
Oh, excuse me.
So when you make a set, you
Set.
say set.
Yeah.
2 points. When you say when you have a set of infinite, you know where the set starts, but you don't know where it finishes. Because
No, even you don't know where it starts. If something, that's what very classical Muslim thinkers established, that if something has a beginning, must have an end, logically, because it starts from here. It means before this point A, it didn't exist. It cannot be absolute. No, but you can only do very simple. A line, two sides, arrows. Two sides, not one side, two-side arrow. That symbolizes infinite. It means there is no beginning, there is no end.
So that's all we can do.
In the language of Hebrew or Jesus, God is the Alpha and God is the Omega. Huh? So in the language of the Quran, huwa al-awwalu wal-akhir.
So we can only symbolize this infinite concept.
Well, you can use this lazy 8, they say, sleeping 8, to symbolize
There
it.
are a lot of jokes
Yeah,
on that,
but
let's-
no one knows what it includes in it, but we know that it is. That's why Islamic theology based on what? To believe in God, to believe in its incomprehensibleness. Yeah, that's very fundamental Muslim theology. Now, of course, they learned this from the Quran. Look, do you understand that? If you say, I can comprehend the essence of God, it means not God.
So
But you can understand that the source of existence of this universe must be incomprehensible. It means absolute. That is believing God. That's why belief is described in the Quran as what? Belief in ghaib. Incomprehensible. The ghaib means necessary existence of the source of existence as being incomprehensible. That's what foundation of Islamic theology. Yeah. Translate.
God is not.
So
whatever conclusion they'll come to about God is not.
yeah, so yeah. It means whatever I imagine the essence of the creator is not the creator. Yeah. That is understandable. That's another way of saying it. But I think the previous saying is the fundamental Muslim thinking, or the students of the Quran thinks in this way. So we have to understand that when we say kun fayakun, be and it is very famous. I don't think anyone has not heard this expression, be and it is. Is there anyone who didn't hear this expression, the Quranic expression? Yes or no?
Yes, I know.
I mean, if you didn't know, be frank so that I will know that some people have not heard of it. Yeah, but I don't think so. But it is very likely to be misunderstood. So we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful because be and it is is what? An instant act of creation. But we cannot observe this in this universe. What is the meaning of this verse then? إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا. The meaning of this verse not refers to the number of the kun. It's a B. Meaning of this word, his act of creation, be and it is, means bringing something into existence which did not exist previously. Right? So this act of creation is realized as a result of willing, not action. Willing, irada means will. Yeah. So as a result of will means, for example, you can imagine now like children's cartoons. So you can give existence to something not doing something. No action is involved. What? Only I want this and it happens. That's one thing. That's willing. Can you imagine? So, no, you cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot. But as a children's cartoon, so like this Aladdin's lamp. So I want this, it happens. So what do you want? Do you want 1 tree? It happens. Do you want 1 million tree? That I want million tree. It happens. Right? Is there any limit? If your act of creation, but it's a mistake. Act is the wrong word, but in this context, it's the wrong word. But it is correct for our experience. Yeah, we see act, but in fact, there is no act, there is will. So let's assume that how the universe is coming into existence as a result of action, making something, doing something, or just willing. So you can will, and it will happen if you can. As a children's cartoon said, 1 million tree. You want 1 million? It happens on the spot. So let's say 1 million galaxy. Is it hard to want 1 million galaxy exist? Because it exists as a result of your will. No, you don't have to do anything. Right? No. Well, how about endless galaxies? Some people say there are endless universes in the world. Yeah, it might be possible. I don't know. None of my business. But as far as my observation is concerned, so I see limited, yeah, because the Hubble catches it. That's what I am aware of it. It's, Hubble means, you know Hubble?
Telescope.
Yeah, telescopes, the most developed telescope in the world. So, but still, you can imagine, you can do as a created human being, anything with no heart. Wanting one thing to happen, wanting 1 million thing to happen is one thing. That is how we can understand the existence is taking place as a result of will, not action.
I observe action,
You observe action, correct.
but because the actors
You
are not
conclude?
the thing themselves, they're made to act. So that's why.
Yeah, I see the action manifesting. We do conclude about the source of this action. No limited segments. Yeah, why? Constant. That is why it is extremely important. We studied this, those people who have been coming to the class for a long time, they know we studied the subject before, but I realized that people are not aware of it. Even the people who are specialized in subject are not aware of it. They say, no, line means dots. But for you, it's correct. For me, it's correct. Line means dots, right? For example, if I draw a line like this, and if you put this line under the electron microscope and make it as large as possible, let's say 1 millimeter size, make it 1 billion times bigger. What do you see? Dots, right? But the universe is not like this because there is no limit. We cannot say, well, no, I know there is the dot here. Yeah. That's why Quran uses the word, but we are jumping from one point. Now we understand that the creation is taking place as a result of willing, not action, right? So, in a Quran says zarra, okay, but it doesn't define zarra, how small it is. Yeah, it is up to you. You investigate to find the small thing. For you, it will be zarra. For example, let's say
What is Zara?
the atom, the smallest particle, or but particle has a technical meaning now, but small things that you observe in this. For you, it is zarra, but in creation, this zarra is never limited. No? This is this is the smallest part in creation. So it is so beautiful. So, Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar. We have, that's what we understand, that's what we understand definitely we, or they go indeed we. It means you can really observe this and understand this and approve it through your observation. Inna means this. It can be observed within your capacity in the creation. Inna means this, right? We say, they say indeed. They use another word as well.
Verily.
Verily, yeah, verily. It means you can verify it, right? So this we understood, and in plural we also, we somehow covered this. All the qualities are endless, must be endless. And a'tayna ka al-Kawthar. A'tayna, we have given you. But atiyya means given what? But then I can give you my glasses, and it may be a lending. Or here is the glass, give me $1. Well, I pay $3, sorry, $3. So I can give it like this. Or atiyya was ata. It means giving completely free with nothing in return. Yeah, we gave you this. Okay, al-Kawthar. They say, of course, I mean, people need to understand the language within their own capacity and within their own experience area. They say a river in paradise never stops running. Okay, symbolically correct. But one definition is in paradise. Paradise means?
In like endless.
Never-ending creation. Yes? Existence. So, what does it symbolize for me here in the world? What does it symbolize for me? Because I haven't been in paradise. I haven't seen the river there. How can I confirm this understanding? Impossible. For me, impossible. So I have to understand that freely given thing, which is Kawthar. You know, Kathura? Increasing. A lot. Kawthar represents what? Endless quantity.
Infinite.
Kawthar, yeah. Now, it's an interesting concept. Is contrasted with the last word in this chapter. The last word is after. Kawthar, after. Contrasting each other. And the translation says it has been cut off. After means cut off. Yeah. It comes somewhere and stops. Not finish. No further. That is after. Would you understand that after is limited? It has a limit. But Kawthar is just the opposite meaning with no limit.
That's a good point.
Sorry?
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Limited,
So Kawthar means
unlimited.
continuously abundance.
That's interesting because when we talked about whatever I observe in creation, I put a limit to it.
Yeah,
Anything.
my experience, yes.
Even I cannot put a limit to infinite. Like
Yeah, so
if I'm
can't, yeah.
concluding that,
Yeah.
I'm concluding it. It's just
Yeah.
a conclusion, but I can symbolize it, right, with the number line you were saying.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, I can just symbolize it, yes. Yeah. By symbolizing it,
great,
I can,
isn't it?
yeah, I can confirm its necessary existence. So Kawthar is symbolized as a river, but they say there is a hadith. It is very interesting, you know. It is amazing, and also it is really pleasurable to read the hadith and understand what it really, the Prophet is really referring to. So he was giving an khutbah or sermon. Yeah, not necessarily on Fridays, because the Prophet used to give khutbah anytime, on any occasion, in order to make the public declarations.
Without preparation.
Yeah. So he was giving khutbah. He said, now, think about it now, in Medina, right? Well, who has been to Umrah or Hajj and Mecca, Medina? Did you?
Well, I was little, but I remember.
Okay, you did. Okay, now, in Medina, you know where the mimbar or the pulpit of the Prophet?
Yeah.
And you know where the house of the Prophet? Next to the masjid? It's a so small house. Today I read a hadith so interesting. A companion, the name is not important, said, I was sitting next to the house of Aisha, the wife of the Prophet, and I could hear the voice of, or noise or voice, I always confuse this, sound of toothbrush. It means brushing his teeth with her teeth with brush. It means
Be quiet outside.
so thin, no isolation going on. There is nothing like that in that time. And also, it is attached to the masjid. So there is a door from the masjid into the so-called house, but in the Quran, it means hujra. Hujra means,
Shelter.
sorry?
Shelter.
Shell. Not cell, not shell. Cell. You know, in the prison, everybody is put in his own hujra. It means in his own cell. Right? So one cell. You can imagine, not double-stored, 2 rooms, living room, dining room, bedroom,
Studio part
kitchen.
of that back then.
To 1 room. So, and also it is so substantial that you can hear somebody is brushing his or her teeth. That is the Prophet's house, right? Used to live there. Now, he said, the Kawthar is today's favorite subject for me. The Kawthar is between my mimbar and my house. Next to it. It is a river They call it house. Some people say pool, my pool. Yeah, my lake. Or some people say my pool, my lake. Okay. There is a river, runs continuously with no end, and it is between, look at the contradiction, apparent contradiction. Between the pulpit, the Orientalists, let them not hear it. They say, oh, look at the stupid language. It is endless, but just between the mimbar, the pulpit, and the house, which is only how many feet?
40 or 50.
Sorry, 100 feet?
It was very close. It's probably
Like this wall.
this wall or that wall.
That's it. How many feet is it?
A little bit bigger, same.
Yeah.
Give or take 50 feet.
50 feet? That's it. So endless river is running there. No. It must be prophetic teaching, which is allegoric. It needs interpretation. How do you interpret this hadith? The prophet is not even, he was illiterate, doesn't matter, but he was never stupid. Yeah? So, it's an ordinary man. If he is not educated, it doesn't mean that he doesn't know the infinite river and 15 feet distance. Is it possible for any human being to make this contradiction? Impossible. So he must mean something else. Come on, let's work on it. Let me see the time. Today's subject is this. Let's see, what does it mean? Where is the time? Where is the 8:08. We have some time. Okay, what does it mean? The Kawthar, this never-ending abundance, but given, freely given. The source is what? We established that source is infinite. Now, infinite is given you freely. What does it mean? What he gives is infinite. Right? Why it is described as the paradise? Sorry, the river in paradise. Paradise means, you said it, infinite. Yeah, endless existence. So, there are different aspects now. What does it mean so that when the prophet describes Kawthar, so that we can make sense of it? Think about it. It is an homework for you today in 2 minutes. No, not take home homework, you know. So, what does it mean? Come on, try to understand. Between pulpit of the prophet and his house.
Meaning that it's reachable, infinite.
Sorry?
Kawthar, abundance, infinite abundance, is that
Reachable? Yes, must be. Otherwise, if it is not within your capacity to understand the existence of it, I saw existence of it, yes, but not the essence of it. Of course, the most important two concepts. One is existence, the other one is essence. As far as the conclusion, human mind concludes, the necessary existence of the creator, existence, not essence of the creator, right? We have to make the distinction clearly. So we cannot talk about the essence of the creator, but we can talk about existence of the creator, right? That's what we can conclude about the existence. We cannot comprehend, we can comprehend the existence, but we cannot comprehend essence of the absolute. All right. But yeah, one answer. Would you like to give an
Just
answer?
connecting to this.
Sorry?
Essence and existence.
Yeah.
We can only conclude about the existence of
Yeah.
this, of an
And
necessarily
the
existent one,
infinite one?
not the
Infinite.
essence. However, in my observation here, when I conclude something, I also conclude that it must have an essence. So I can say it must have an essence, but I cannot comprehend it.
Yeah.
Right?
So must have an essence, but I cannot comprehend the essence. concluding about the existence of essence is different from comprehending the essence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have to be, a little bit active in our mind.
Mhm.
These very simple things. These are simple but essential things. If we miss any of the point of today we discussed, your belief in God will be, how do you say, with flawed? Sorry? Flawed. Yeah? Flawed.
Yeah.
D.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you miss any of the points we discussed today, your belief in God will be flawed. Yeah. So, but we have to be very careful. It's simple, understandable, but essential. So, your comment, I think, on Kawthar.
It's about the hadith that our perception is always finite.
Yeah.
We always perceive infinite things finite, so by definition, everything is infinite.
Yes, but how can you explain this allegorical teaching of the prophet? Say that the Kawthar is between my pulpit and my house. There was another person before you, yes?
Like, I'm trying to make sense of it. It just makes me think that, like, the space between the prophet's pulpit and his home is something that he probably traversed almost every day, something that he's comfortable with. So it's probably, in my head, it's just something real that you can interact with. You know, like your abundance isn't intangible. It's there. There's
You can
being
experience it.
You know, like,
Strange.
am I making sense? I don't know.
Yeah, one sense, yes, correct. It is okay. It's a good try. So, what I am waiting here to get the answer, which is in my mind.
Give us some clues.
So, I will do. That's my mind. So,
I think it refers to what we were just talking before, is like even within a particle, which is the smallest thing we imagine, you can prove that it has no limit. Like you cannot divide it into
so it is
limited number.
It is
Yeah,
infinite. What does the prophet mean in a figurative way, saying that Kawthar, but this abundance,
like
let's put the
extreme
technical word
abundance
here.
can be
Yeah,
found within-
Kawthar means whatever God gives freely and infinitely is Kawthar, with no end. It means not after is Kawthar. Right?
Is there anyone else? Okay.
Okay, it's your turn. All right, you will come. Yeah, inshallah, one by one.
I'm thinking about moment, like the moment that's given. It's if I'm really connecting to the experience of whatever I'm given, then that should like point me to like not this transient universe, but something like the concluded infinite. So maybe let me rethink a little bit more my ending. You can go. Maybe
Okay, your turn. Good try, yes,
forgot
good
about
try,
what
all
I
of
was gonna
them.
say.
Sorry?
I kind of lost my idea, but I guess what I wanted to say is that for Rasul these this distance looks small,
Yes.
and to all of us looks small, but it depends on which person is looking at it and how you're interpreting that distance. So something that Allah gives you that looks like it's tiny or small, it's actually, you cannot measure it. It's still abundant, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. So I cheated you by emphasizing on just really to draw your attention on the distance between the pulpit and the house or the room, the prophet's room. So how about the distance? It was my cheating, because usually people understand this in this matter in this sense. You know, that this is the Kawthar. That's why if you go on Hajj, I don't know nowadays what they do, what they go crazy to pray physically between the, was it Hajj or Umrah? But Hajj, who has been on Hajj? It's very crowded. People fight.
Even in Umrah they do.
Sorry?
Even in Umrah they still fight.
People fight. So how, shallow our understanding of religion is. So I'll come to the question, comment.
No, it was about, you're asking, are you still asking
Yeah.
about the Kawthar?
Yes, okay. Ask. Go
I
ahead.
think that it's not actually about the distance, I think it's figurative, right? So his minbar is where he preaches and his home is where he rests. So he has abundance in between. It's not, the ideal is not to preach and the ideal is not to rest. It's in your everyday activity. Everything he does in between those two is his abundance. Whether he receives, he gives, everything between them.
Between what?
Between preaching, right? So, people have this ideal in his mind that, he's the prophet, peace be upon him, and he preaches, right? Or it's resting, right? But the idea is not that those are not that's where he's not given an abundance. He's given an abundance in his day-to-day interactions, his day-to-day life. On his way, he meets so many people, he does so many things. Everybody benefits from his presence. It's not about his actual preaching. It's not
So benefit his means God? No. The prophets, yeah. Yeah, there's some things in the thank you. Yeah. So let's come, what I was
You were
saying.
gonna say out the answer that's
You already did.
inside.
I'm not going to do. Okay.
Maybe give us some clues.
Yeah, okay.
It was limited
What
and
does-
unlimited.
No, the distance is not the matter. Maybe sister wanted to emphasize on that the distance is not the point. Yes? So always prophet really spoke in figurative way in order to make the ordinary, simplest people understand the message in his own capacity. Make it very simple, but in such a way that you can expand it. So my first question is, what does pulpit represent in the mission of the prophet? That's very clear now.
Conveying the message.
Conveying the message. Yeah, that's what people go on higher position in the audience, conveys the message, not because I am higher than you, but what I am going to deliver you is what you need, and it is higher than you, right? So the message is more important than your own existence for you, because without the message, you may exist as a what?
Animal.
Living being.
Free. Oh.
So, living being, and that's it. You are born, you are dead. In between death, birth, and death. That's your life. It's so simple, right? So message is higher because it is coming from the creator of the universe. So in order to go on a pulpit, one has to declare God's message, not his own idea. That's the condition of khutbah, but it's spoiled completely. Forget about it. Yep. So you cannot put your personal idea and put yourself up. Do you understand the notion of khutbah? It means sermon. So you are not speaking from your own knowledge, from your own capacity. You are just transferring the damage or not message. You are just conveying the damage of the authority. Message of the authority. Thank you. Thank you. Message of the authority, and you are just what? A transmitter. That's it. So khutbah means this. You are not saying I'm superior to you because I know better than you. I'm going to teach you. I am going to instruct you. But unfortunately, you don't. It's difficult to find the example of this now, but doesn't matter. we know that khutbah means this. So it represents, pulpit represents what? The message from the Creator. Right? Now, the second question, it's not complicated, and also what brothers and sisters said here, but or in it actually, which is not completely relevant at all. No, they are, yes, right. But I want to make it clear and put it in very understandable symbols. What does house represent? Deliver the message and go to your private life. What do you do?
Eternal life, paradise.
I was gonna say
You're
act on
Rest.
it.
Act on it. Yep. Where you practice the message. Okay? Now, does it make sense? So, get the message, practice it in your life, you will be in Kawthar. Practice it. But for example, you read the message, let's say in the practical terms, the Quran is the message, okay? Once upon a time, Torah was the message. Doesn't matter really. So Quran is the message. Get the message, get the concepts, develop them, assimilate them, and put it into practice in your private personal life. So what you see, you experience the Kawthar, which is freely given to you. Your existence is free, your understanding capacity is free, your practicing ability is free. What have we done to get this human capacity or existence? Have we paid for it? Even we didn't know that we wanted to exist. No. Everything is atiyya. Atiyya means freely gift.
That's awesome.
Just gift. Yeah. That's why a'tayna ke. It is important. It is another point that we have to understand. When the Quran uses, I have given you in the singular form, you, right? Not the plural form. Singular, you, yourself, okay? Not you guys, no, you. So, okay, what does it mean? Most of the people, of course, traditionally understood generally, oh, you the prophet. Oh, it's not completely wrong. Because prophet means what? The message conveyor. So message conveyor represents the message and brings to you, and the message includes everybody. It addresses everybody. Yeah, like sitting in a, let's say, broadcasting center, speaking to one microphone. How many people receive? Everyone? Within the capacity of this broadcasting, everyone, right? So he's speaking one word or one to one microphone, but everybody gets it. So we have to understand that in the Quran, when the Quran says you, and never ever open a bracket saying that the prophet, it goes against the spirit of the Quran, because Quran doesn't speak to the microphone, which is the prophet. Through the microphone, everyone. Right? So if you say, I am speaking to the microphone, and I am saying, you are something. And the people say, oh, you, the microphone, are something. Do you see what I mean? Is that really ridiculous? So we can never, ever understand you. For example, inna fatahna laka, it gets singular. You. We opened up for you. Only for you. Laka means really pertaining to you. It means any people who turns his radio and receives it. Right? not the person who receives and transmits it like a microphone. Right? Or it doesn't mean that misunderstand the mission of the Prophet only function as a microphone. No, no. In the language of the Quran, the word of God, which is again coming from absolute. The source is absolute, the speech is absolute, must be absolute because it's coming from absolute. So, and we cannot say it addressed the Prophet and secondarily to others. No, we cannot say this. The Quran addressed the Prophet in order to transmit it to everyone, so that anybody listens to it. For example, if I say, "Oh, you citizens, yeah, you have to pay your tax." It's very American. So you have to pay your tax. The tax season never miss it. Otherwise, IRS never forgives you. Okay. What does it mean? Who are these you? Yeah, anybody reads, listens, and hears it. So when you read the Quran, you can say, I have truly given you abundance. Oh, God gave me abundance. Where is it? It came there. Just, I give you, the reader, listener, hearer. But I give you. Where is abundance? Do you have abundance? Kawthar?
Yes.
Yes, you have it. Okay. Can you explain what this abundance is for you? Where is it? Is it your own pocket or a bank account?
It's also there.
It's also there. Correct. It's also there. Yeah.
First, my life, my reasoning, my conscious, my senses,
comprehension of the message, and becoming enlightened with the new world view that my existence belongs to the absolute one. That is my abundance, Kawthar. So your Kawthar is where between you got the message and live accordingly. But live doesn't mean the practical not only practical rituals, including, but live as I say. Who are you? For example, my name is Ali. No, don't be ridiculous, man. Who are you? So I'm an American citizen. Man, who are you? And I belong, a created being given existence by the one who created the whole universe. I belong to this absolute creator. That's my boss, that's my owner, that's my creator, that's my Lord. Yeah, I belong to him. Instead of being proud of the company you work and put the badge here, yeah, and say, if, for example, if you are working for, let's say, Google or Apple company, and if you are going to get married, for example, you go and the first thing you say before your name, you say, I work for Google or for Apple, and my name is Ali. So to guarantee that, I'm going to take care of your daughter, don't worry. I'm a successful man. So that is identity, okay? But a person who receives the message which is delivered from the pulpit of the Prophet, his identity is what? I belong to the absolute. And it has no end. Absolute. I cannot really put a limit to it. My existence, my pleasure, my comprehension. What bothers you in the world? Nothing. You belong to the Lord of the universe. Yes, sir.
I guess as I look into this particular message, which is like receive what creation is conveying to me, aka the message, and as well as implement and act, and kind of like after reasoning, implement and act on it, and through doing
live accordingly. It means with this state of understanding. Yeah.
Yes.
This state of understanding.
with this state
Nothing worries you. Emphasize on it.
well, I'm getting to that. So, with this state of reasoning or with this state of understanding, I can experience the abundance, okay, but I can't help but to wonder why. Like, this explains what I need to do and how it works, but it doesn't necessarily explain why this is so.
No, why this is so is explainable for you within your own experience. If you are really aware that you belong to the absolute one, what does it mean? You find yourself in Kawthar, not Abtar, limitless. Your everything, your expectations, your wishes, everything has the source of infinite. So why bother about anything?
So essentially, what you're saying is that in understanding the what needs to be done or how it needs to be done, that will result in my, I guess, in answering the biggest question, which is why it needs to be done, and that is to find or belong myself.
Belongings.
True source.
Yes. So belonging is very important. We think that, for example, belonging means that you belong to a community, you belong to a family, you belong to a nation, you belong to a state, right? If the state is rich, you say, I don't know which is the richest state income-wise, or the general production. Sorry, Emirates.
No, California.
No, like in the world.
In
the world.
Yeah, Emirates. The highest income is Emirates.
It's not like
Okay, Emirates. So I am a citizen of Arab Emirates. So you are proud of it. Do you understand? You are proud of it. It's because you belong to the richest one. So that's what people think. So that is a sense of belonging. You describe yourself with this. It is interesting, although it is a social subject, but it's a closing section of today's class. In Islamic tradition, there is no last name, which is called, I don't know, do you call it surname here? No, in British English, they call it surname. But here, do you call it last name? They call it last name. It identifies your family background. And in Islam, you cannot do that because you don't belong to the family. Yeah, you only say, in order to make the distinction, I am the son of, my father's name was Ahmed, so I am the son of Ahmed, that's it.
This is very interesting.
So after Ahmed dies, my son doesn't say, I am the son of Ahmed, the son of Ali, who is the son. No lineage. No lineage. I am the son of Ali, my son or my daughter. Now, no lineage, because you don't belong to the family. You don't belong to the community. You don't belong to the nation or state or anything. You don't belong to this world. You belong to what?
infinity.
Infinite. Yes. Yeah. The infinite one who gave you existence. So don't limit yourself with the property or I don't know, real estate that you are going to inherit from your parents. No, you will inherit. That's why the Quran says, I have given the earth to you. It means, really, as far as the human capacity is concerned, everything to you. Because all this property is mine and you are my product.
So what do we do with all this?
Sorry, everything.
What do we do with the abundance?
Abundance? Why?
What do we do with it?
So, yeah, there is no limit that you can be despaired. I can get this one, but not that one. Yeah? That is why you expect this, and then you can realize this by becoming aware of the fact that you belong to the infinite one.
It's a really rough one to conclude the last statement that I belong to an infinite one, because again, that's a conclusion.
Yes, that's a conclusion of what?
I belong to a conclusion that must have an essence. although
Yes.
I cannot comprehend the
Yeah.
essence.
Yeah.
What
So,
does that mean?
well, isn't that if I say I belong to the earth, I belong to such and such family, yeah, I belong to such and such family. For example, most of the Pakistanis' names what? Khan or Chowdhury or
Sayeds.
so all of them say everybody is Khan. It means king in Pakistan. Everybody is Khan, king. No one is subject to the king. So this king has no subject. So it's ridiculous. So anyway, that is the horrible thing, to attribute yourself to something which belongs to a transient world, which
Something
is
that's limited.
your belief, yeah, limited. And as a human being, your spirit desires what? Your human side desires what? Infinite. Yep.
Mhm.
For example, do you want to lose your eyes today, tomorrow? No, 1 year later, come on. Yeah? 10 years later, 100 years later. You say, oh, 100 years seems to be okay. Okay, but when did 100 years come? 100th year come. What do you do?
I'll take it back.
Oh, please, another 100? Another 100? It means human desires have no limit. You can only satisfy your existence by being aware that you belong to the absolute. That's why the Quran says only believers are muflihun. It means saved from any trouble, any worry. Only believers. Why? Who are they? Muslims? No, 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 no. No. By birth, there is no identification in Islam. You can't say that I was raised as a Muslim. No, no, your business. That was your parents' duty. Your duty is not to decide who or what you are belong to. You belong to. That's your duty. Your parents want to own you. That's their business, not you. You say, I belong to the Lord of the universe, owner of the universe. I don't belong to this family. I'm sorry. You didn't make me, did you? No. You gave me food. Where did you get the food? It's already created out there. You were just transporter. You know? Yeah, bringing it. You call it in the modern world a truck, or in the old world an ass, taking the things, or horse. But already existing things, took it and gave it to you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we respect, but at the same time, I don't belong to the truck, which carries the abundance to me. Understand? Even be careful. Belonging to a community is also, okay, practical sense is different. But ideologically, we have to know that I belong to the of the world. Okay, I happen to be here. Here we are a community. So these are setters, but very practical. We have to clean our mind because it is soiled, it is polluted without realizing. We can stop here and in now. Kawthar. Then the not the problem, but looks problematic. Fasalli, excuse me, sir. Salli means prayer. We know 5 times a day we salli. But there was no command of prayer when this chapter was revealed. Good morning. What are we going to do now? Yeah, these are the things we are going to tackle next Wednesday. As far as we can, we will try. Of course, this is not the ultimate word, and also this is the only word, never. One interpretation, which is possible, appropriate to the nature of the speech of God, the mission of the prophet, etc., just to fit them so that it should not contradict our fundamental concepts. I believe in the Quran as the word of God. I believe in the Prophet Muhammad as the messenger of God. And I believe that there is an eternal life, resurrection after we die. What does all what do all this mean for me? So I have to make sense of the message of the infinite speech or absolute speech of the Creator within my own human capacity with no limit. That is possible. But we have to work on it, listen to people, what they say, and say, oh, this makes sense. This doesn't make sense. This is just a tradition, following the tradition. Most of the sources just quote from the previous tradition. It's a kind of repetition. So it comes a repetition, so it doesn't satisfy much, but also we have to interpret the things according to the fundamental definitions of the teachings of the Quran, right? That's why we shouldn't be nationalistic. We shouldn't be even Muslim nationalist. This is what I mean. Yeah, Muslim nationalist. So we have to free ourselves from all these restrictions. But of course, in reality, you are my friend, I'm your friend. Yeah, we are friends. But it doesn't mean that your existence belongs to me, my existence belongs to you. Now we have to be careful. This kind of definitions, if it doesn't belong to me, it means it doesn't belong to your father or mother. So it doesn't belong to your nation or the state, because the state guarantees your life. Yeah, but does it? You will see. Okay.
It belongs to the truck company.
So you get everything from the truck company. But of course, truck company is not the producer, not the source of existence. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Now last Saturday, those people who attend the class, majority of them wanted to have the Saturday class in Woodhaven as we used to have during the winter break or summer break. Now, because they said it is more convenient for the majority, for commuting, I think commuting wise. So starting from next Saturday onwards, unless otherwise decided, we will continue in Woodhaven address. So I will, if anybody, is there anybody who is not in our listserv here, doesn't receive the reminders? So they can give it to Fariha. They can give their email address to Fariha. We can put it. Then in the email, reminding email, inshallah, if I don't forget, I will give the address of the place where we are going to have. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. See you, if possible, Saturday or next Wednesday. Wassalamu